Hi guys, this is Dan with Index Option Trading on October 18th after the market close, and we start off with a chart of SPX. This is SPX Index 500, and we start out with a chart with a double with a Bollinger Bands on it. And what I'm trying to show here is that we have been rising in this channel, and now we have risen so much that we're now tagging this band up here. And whenever you tag this band here so hard, the market starts pushing back towards the mean, which is towards the mean of this band, and the commodity in the stock or the entity really has reached its standard deviation out. Like if you look at it here, back here in something in April or so, it started tagging the band, and then it moved down towards the mean. This was almost a mean. This line is not a mean, but towards the mean of the band. So anytime it starts tagging this hard, usually the market starts going sideways or things like that. So these are the signs that we need to look at it when we're dealing with this market. Same with Dow Jones, and it also is tagging the band hard at 1143 levels. And as well as, let's take a look at on NDX. Not only the market is extremely overbought, this thing has pierced the band and has gone over. I mean, that is just the extreme limit. Whenever that happens and the prices start closing outside the band, they usually pull back in towards the mean, and that ultimately happens to those prices. So let's take this study off and start looking at remove the study and then start looking at the 50-day moving average. So this is what it looks like when we put it on here. Like NDX is at about 2100, much higher than the NDX was in April. So that these are new highs that we're making, extremely overbought conditions again, which bothers me a lot in knowing that when that happens, you usually have some kind of a market sell-off. Let's look at a SPY and what it is doing. The SPY had a lower volume day. It's extremely overbought, has been overbought for a long period of time, but it keeps on climbing every day in this fashion on this tube like channel, and it just keeps on. It's also tagging the band here. I don't have that on, but this thing is just hitting the band here again and going higher, and at some point it's going to move back and go towards the mean of the band, and that what ultimately happens. Today was a great day. We had a lot of things here happening in the market. The earnings from Citigroup came in very good. So did earnings from other places like Apple, and that has very good earnings. Google had very good earnings on Friday. The economy is moving forward, and these companies are having a lot of earnings and good earnings, and they have a lot of cash on the balance sheet, but nobody is hiring yet, and that hiring would come after November. The economy is arrested till November 2nd, the election, and we do not expect any of these changes to come to the betterment for the public till then. But the market knows all of these facts. Market knows what is going on. They're not stupid, and so they keep on marching and keep on buying. And let's take a look at Apple, which had earnings today. And what happened to earnings? It went up to 318, but after hours is sitting here at 300, well defended at 300. If it stays above north of 300, our position is going to be very well making some kind of profit. But if it starts coming down 300, then we may be looking at getting out of it. That I am confident that buyers will defend this 300 like their own territory. So this stock is sitting there and getting the earnings. The other stock that I'm looking at it these days, which has become very interesting, is Google, which had earnings 2 days ago, last Friday. It gapped up at 600 and now is 617 is sitting there. So Google is back up again to the high that we had seen here back in January, and that was a bullish pattern, and now this mighty Google is just keeps on higher. So I'm looking at the stock, doing some trades on this thing as well this week. And Baidu, which is our position here, Baidu is trucking along fine. It just broke out here at the heavy volumes, which is about 24 million shares, has kind of oversold, so we expect that it can go up a little higher. Baidu earnings are out on 21st or 22nd. So that is all for today, and I'll get back to you with another edition.